Hi. In today's video, we're looking at visual management, specifically KPI boards, so that's key performance indicator boards. You've probably seen boards like this, or maybe you've actually seen boards like this. But here's the thing, just because a board has numbers on it, it doesn't mean it's helping. When it's done right, visual management is the simplest and most effective way to run daily operations. So today we'll look at what good visual management really means, how to scale it based on your team's maturity, and how to avoid the usual tick box lean pitfalls. I'm Trevor from Smart Advice. We help businesses implement better operating practices based on lean thinking. Let's get into this. So visual management is about making performance visible, understandable, and actionable. And it helps teams answer three key questions at a glance. So are we on track? That means having a clear target, measuring performance consistently, and ensuring everybody understands what the numbers mean. Second, what are the problems? Do we know what good looks like? And do we use visual cues to highlight when performance is off track? And third, who's doing what about it? Are actions recorded, owned, and followed up with real accountability? It's not about having the prettiest boards, it's about having one that's used every day by the people who actually do the work. So before we get into the specifics, let's first answer the question why most KPI boards fail to add value. Let's be honest, most KPI boards fail for a few simple reasons. First, they can be too complex, too soon. So a team and its leader need time to grow into the habit. Then the board should evolve with them, and that's fine. It should grow over time. Second, it could be that nobody owns the process. So if numbers are just reported but not discussed, or if the leader doesn't show up consistently, that's a warning sign. Or it could be that the data is out of date. The board only works if the data is timely and accurate. Everyone should know who collects it, when, and how. And lastly, it could be that the KPIs don't mean anything. So if a number is difficult to calculate, or it's something like OE that hides what's really going on, it can derail the whole conversation. A good board sparks daily discussion, not just weekly reporting. Let's take a look at some examples. So this first one is a great example of a simple, lightweight board. This might be where a business starts, and what we're tracking here is the value that's delivered. We're looking at rejects, we're looking at WIP, we're looking at the cycle time, so time taken, and we're also looking at profits generated. So this board would be updated after every round, so that could be a day or a shift or a week, and it's color coded for quick understanding. And this kind of board is really ideal for something like a Kaizen event or a small team new to lean. Or it could be that it's a pilot area where the goal really is around visibility and engagement. So you can see you don't need 20 metrics to drive improvements, sometimes 3 to 5 is enough. Now let's look at a second example, something more complex. So this board supports a daily operations review across multiple departments on quite a large site. You can see there are key areas of focus, so health and safety, quality, service, production, and resources and maintenance. So it's usually at larger sites where the main goal is to bring the leadership team together, track KPIs, record actions, and assign accountability. It could be that after this, each department breaks out and goes deeper into their own metrics. And you can see it also includes daily and weekly tracking, it's got space for action ownership, and it's also got information that can be collected and shared to the wider team. In reality, boards like this are perfect for mature teams running tiered meetings, but don't copy this format if your team isn't ready for it. If it's not relevant, it'll just become wallpaper. So let's take a look at how to design a KPI board that actually works. First, start with the work. What decisions need to be made daily? Then choose 3 to 5 metrics that support those decisions and influence behaviour. You can refine and change these metrics over time, but start with 3 to 5 just to get the process moving. Next, assign ownership. So who updates what, when, and how? Be very clear on defining each of the KPIs. Next, keep it visual. So colours work really well. If you see a red number, that means escalate. If you see a green, that means it's okay. And also building problem solving. It's not just about red and green status. There should be clear actions and follow up. And most importantly, design it with your maturity in mind. Start simple. Paper-based is fine at first. It's easier to evolve it. Once the rhythm is there, move to a printed board or even digital if that suits your team. So don't overcomplicate it just to make it look lean. As a real example, I worked with a business that started with just 3 simple metrics, and those were daily output, defects, and attendance. And after 6 weeks of daily huddles, which included ownership and problem solving, the team added downtime, changeovers, and on-time orders. Why? Because the team asked for it. They were using the board and wanted more insight. And that's the difference between buy-in and buy-out. A few final thoughts. Visual management should make life easier, not harder. Whether it's a whiteboard with 5 rows or a cross-functional dashboard, What matters is that it's updated regularly, it drives action, it grows with your team. The boards that get used beat boards that look perfect every single time. So if you want to improve communication, accountability, and team ownership, don't overthink your KPI boards. Just make them work for your people. If you found this helpful, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more lean tools and tips each week. Thanks.